Alright everyone, welcome back. This is the RSL 3 and our first match today in the group E is going to be WhiteRa versus ThorzaiN. The map is going to be Heartbreak Ridge 1.0, very old school Brood War map. I actually really like this map. For those of you who don't know it, this map used to be played a lot in Brood War and it's one of the most famous ones. I guess every Brood War player that played the game a lot has to know it. And it looks really funny to see it in StarCraft 2. I mean, being played in this game, it's going to be in 3D and look a bit different, but overall they did a very good job of recreating the map in StarCraft 2. And I think this is the only tournament that I've seen that uses those special maps, and I really like that because the first map is always pre-decided by the tournament rules. And because of that, the players, they cannot remove the said map, and we will always see some games on those couple maps. Whereas if there was a map removal system, we wouldn't see much of those. So WhiteRa going to be starting in the right hand side corner of the map as the red Protoss. I guess his opponent, Aegis ThorzaiN, the Swedish Terran, with the blue color in this game. And I wouldn't be surprised if ThorzaiN doesn't know this map at all. I don't think he played Brood War. He was a Warcraft 3 player before, whereas WhiteRa is one of the most famous foreigners on Brood War, so definitely he knows this map very, very well. Curious to see exactly what he's going to go for here. I think strategically on StarCraft 2, this map is going to be played very differently than on Brood War, just because it's a different games. The units cost a different price, and there is warp gate as well. I know that on this map PvT, like the standard would have been to get, like in Brood War, Dragoon range very quickly and try to push over here, do some damage. The Terran will go into mech, and then as Protoss you just take a quick third, get a lot of gates, zealots and stuff. But we're not watching Brood War, we're watching StarCraft 2, anything's possible here. WhiteRa could choose to proxy something. We're not going to see any reavers, I can tell you this much. And a bit of a weird building positioning here by WhiteRa. I mean, not too weird, but just because those gases, they are next to each other, it looks kind of weird to me. But WhiteRa are going to choose to scout very early on here. He clicked on those minerals, not sure why. Oh, okay, what do we have here? He's actually sent a probe here in the back of that base. Gonna mine a little bit from these minerals, but he only took 5 minerals. He will need to do this 5 times to completely remove this. I'm not sure what WhiteRa's plan is here, and it looks like ThorzaiN wants to go for the standard. Okay, now we have something happening. WhiteRa going for the cybernetics core, no zealot just yet. A lot of chrono boost being used on his Nexus, and I'm not sure why he made. Okay, I think he wants to do some kind of aggression later on here, and he made the pylon early on, but I think ThorzaiN, he should be able to realize that there was a probe coming from up there and maybe check this location. The probe gonna run around a little bit here, and WhiteRa is aware of everything that ThorzaiN is doing right now, but ThorzaiN, oh, he sent his SCV, and he's able to see the base of WhiteRa now, but I don't think you would be expecting some kind of aggression just because the warp gate is not being chrono boosted, and there is no energy left for using chrono boosts on it. He sees that WhiteRa used all of his chrono boosts already, so warp gate would be very late here. I mean, some kind of like 6 minutes 30 warp gate is not really much of a rush anymore. ThorzaiN will have a lot of units, so I don't think he will be expecting aggression here. But WhiteRa, he throws down 2 more gates. And I think WhiteRa is going to be looking to basically make a couple stalkers, maybe 2, position them there and prevent ThorzaiN from mining from this base. And in the case ThorzaiN was to try and come up and kill those units, he can just make 1 sentry and force field the ramp and lock those marines up there and just kill all of them. So WhiteRa, he actually made sure here that nothing too funky was happening behind his natural, and now he's going to make a Nexus, I'm guessing. And behind this, he's going to go for the couple stalkers and the harass. I like this in like a watchtower position. This map is actually really cool. I mean, it looks really cool. I'm not sure if I had to play it that I would really like it. Oh, and ThorzaiN with the very smart scout spots the pylon here. I'm really curious to see how exactly he will react to that. I think he's gonna send all of those Marines maybe. He should send those two as well, because it's obvious that WhiteRa will want to warp and the new Marines get inside that bunker. And he's getting another bunker here, I like that. The stalkers poking around a bit. They should go for the SCVs right now, realizing there's nothing in the bunkers, and that's what they do. They go forward and they're gonna try to snipe some SCVs. WhiteRa did not get to warp any units up there. Really nice scout, and nice scout timing. A bit lucky here by ThorzaiN, I think. Because if he had scouted this earlier, WhiteRa might not have made those two gates. He would have just made the Nexus immediately. So WhiteRa right now, I think he's a bit behind because of this. 30 probes to 27 SCVs, but the income is far superior for the Terran right now, spamming those mills. And a robotics being added here for WhiteRa. Factory gonna go down for ThorzaiN. He chose to go for a lot of bio first until he is safe before he starts making his factory. He also started Steam Pack, no combat shield first. And we have an engineering bay on the way as well. ThorzaiN has for a pause. I think he's lagging a little bit. I'm not sure where they are exactly. I find it a bit strange that they play on the net. ThorzaiN might be in the US. I think it might just be the server or something. And they're gonna wait for somebody to maybe leave because they're lagging a bit. I don't think I'm causing any lag to them, otherwise I would not be casting. And yeah, I don't think this is related to observers, to be honest. WhiteRa has to be careful right now. He's on 2+3 of those gases. He has to fix it as soon as possible. He's missing out on a lot of gas right now. And ThorzaiN moving out with a couple of Marines. WhiteRa doing a very good job here, kiting those, killing a few of them, lowering the HP of some others. ThorzaiN, some nice macro. Oh, those sentries. He has to be very careful. They could die very quick. He will need one quadrant shield and maybe some good force fields. And those Marines are going to move back. And ThorzaiN, he's got really scared just because of he saw the sentries. He thinks there's some kind of big push coming. He thinks WhiteRa does not want to let go of this big early aggression. ThorzaiN ended up scouting, so right now he's going to throw down a couple more bunkers. It's not going to be the biggest investment, but I mean, if he had the money for making 2 barracks earlier instead, it would have been a lot better. And wow, actually, can you see buildings? If you stand there, I'm not sure. The sentry is going to stay there from now. For now. And we have a forge and a robotics bay being made as well. The robotics bay had the expansion. And the third Nexus was made really early on here by WhiteRa. Oh, he's going to go for the sentry drop. He wants to try to and kill some SCVs and then just get out. And ThorzaiN is going to be able to spot these very early on thanks to this flying factory. I think WhiteRa, it's a very common thing on this map to do a river drop, but as I said before, there is no rivers in StarCraft 2, so WhiteRa wanted to kind of replace that with a sentry drop maybe, but ThorzaiN was able to spot it, and WhiteRa missed the first force field here. If he actually made this force field, he could have maybe had time to kill 2 or 3 SCVs before picking up and leaving. But I really like this quick third by WhiteRa here. He's on 54 probes to the 48 SCVs of ThorzaiN. He has a lot of gates. He's pumping out Colossus right now, and he chose to actually let out those sentries and warp 3 zealots, which is going to drop in the main now. But ThorzaiN is on the move right now. He has a lot of units, 2 medivacs. He's headed for WhiteRa's base, and WhiteRa is going to have to make a lot of units right now. Oh, the sentry is going to get caught up in the middle of the map. And really quick reaction here by ThorzaiN. Should be able to get rid of those zealots quite easily here. Look, he even picked up those SCVs. And ThorzaiN is just going to counter-attack here. He doesn't realize there is a third base, so he's going to go for the natural. He should use this factory to land here or something. The zealots were killed. The war prison does get away for now, and ThorzaiN now engaging, trying to get a couple of good kills on those probes. He's just going to go for the Nexus. And I don't think he has to overextend here. He should just go back, but he has so much army that he feels confident maybe taking on WhiteRa's army if WhiteRa chooses to move out now. And this robotics bay was unpowered in the middle of all this, and Thermal Lance is halfway actually, and this is really bad right now for WhiteRa. ThorzaiN realizes there might be a third base and he moves toward it, and I think he's going to be able to snipe everything here. Those minerals weren't mined earlier, so WhiteRa sends out those probes, but actually ThorzaiN can ignore them. He just went for the Nexus. I don't think he could have just gotten the probes. I think maybe just because he's not familiar with the map, he might have thought those were down. And ThorzaiN keep killing a couple more units, now picking up his units with those 2 medivacs. He made a supply depot here, not to get tricked. And he has his third command center morphing to an orbital command, so he should be transferring really soon here. I don't like his barrack count too much. He's on only 3 barracks, he's adding 2 more now, but he should have made those earlier. And 113 supply to 71 right now for ThorzaiN. WhiteRa in a really bad shape in this game. He has the +1 attack on his ground units. He's getting the +1 armor, and he might be able to snipe one of those medivacs, maybe even both. No, I think just one. Oh, he does not, barely doesn't get it. And yeah, this is looking really bad for WhiteRa, I'm sorry, right now. SCV transfer here for ThorzaiN, 67 SCVs to 53 probes. Look at this, 2,000 income. It's Christmas early for ThorzaiN. And only on 1-1 upgrades now, ThorzaiN is adding an armory, and he's looking just to get a big engagement up front while dropping maybe in the main, but he has only a unit here. He didn't have to attack this early, but just because he has that much more, this is going to work. Army supply 62 to 19 right now, and WhiteRa should lose in this first game. Yeah, this is looking really, really bad. I'm actually surprised that this went this well for ThorzaiN. I mean, WhiteRa, his macro slipped here a little bit. When you take a quick third like this, you need to cut probe at like 50 or 55 and then start making only units, because Terran will always hit this mid-game timing. And WhiteRa, he didn't do this really, really well. He didn't make enough gates at first. He only went up to, I guess that was okay, 7. But going for Colossus plus range and all those gates, I don't think is good. If you take a quick third like this, I think it's better to play with just Twilight and go up to 8 gates or 10 gates very early on. That's the style I would usually go for. ThorzaiN right now with 100 upgrades, working on 2-2. WhiteRa starting the 2 armor upgrade and charge as well. Ghost Academy going down, a 2nd starport, a 4th command center. ThorzaiN is not sleeping with his macro here. He smells blood and he wants to end this game as soon as possible. He's actually not committing too much, which I kind of like here. He's taking his time, he's waiting here. He's trying to drag WhiteRa out of position, out of those pylons area where WhiteRa could warp in the middle of the fight. And he's just going to kill this Nexus. And WhiteRa, it looks like he wants to counter-attack. He catches a couple of those units in the middle of the map. And I really like this factory. This factory has been doing a great job of spotting everything. Nice SCV transfer arriving right on time when that command center finishes. And ThorzaiN is going to engage here. But he has mostly only Marauders in this army. Oh, I guess he has 16 Marines. But there is just so many Zealots. They have 1 armor. They have charge already. And this army does not do too well in the direct engagement against this one. But ThorzaiN can stutter step, and that's exactly what he's doing beautifully right now. And he's just killing all of the Zealots. It's really nice play here by ThorzaiN. Look at this. If he had just fought straight up, I think he would have maybe lost this fight, but just because he stutter stepped so beautifully, all the Zealots died, ThorzaiN lost nothing. His units kept being healed by those medivacs. And he takes the first game.